Never trust your boss. Never trust your co-workers either. Because in most Australian workplaces, what you say, how you say it, and who you say it to can determine whether you get that promotion or get fired. You think getting a job in Australia is hard? Surviving the politics inside that job is a whole different game. But don't worry, I've got you. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot workplace politics, avoid common traps, and, if you're smart, maybe even use it to your advantage. Let's talk about the reality of Australian workplaces. Aussie workplaces are known for their laid-back culture, right? Wrong. That's just what they tell you. Beneath the surface, there's office gossip, favoritism, cliques, and silent power struggles that could ruin your career before you even realise what's happening. A survey by Seek found that 52% of Australian employees believe office politics is holding them back from progressing in their careers. And if you're a migrant or an international student working your way up, it's even worse. Meet Raj. He moved to Australia, got a job in a corporate firm, and worked his ass off. He was the first to arrive at work, stayed late, and always volunteered for extra projects. But somehow, the guy who barely did anything got the promotion instead. Why? Because that guy knew the right people. He was in the in-group, and Raj was not. Let's be real. Hard work alone doesn't get you ahead in Australia. Connections do. You have to know how to navigate the political landscape, or you'll be left behind, even if you're the hardest worker in the room. The dark side of Aussie work culture. There's a term that floats around in Aussie offices, mateship. It sounds nice, right? Like everyone's just mates looking out for each other, but here's what it really means. If you're not in the mate circle, good luck getting anywhere. In a 2023 report by HRD Australia, 68% of employees said they had experienced favoritism at work. That means almost 7 out of 10 people have seen someone get special treatment, not because they're good at their job, but because they're friends with the right person. And here's where it gets worse. If you call it out, you're the problem. Let's talk about Lisa. She worked in a retail company in Melbourne. She was an experienced worker with a great track record. However, she noticed that promotions always went to the manager's friends, not the most hardworking staff. So she spoke up, thinking that her hard work would be recognised. Guess what happened? Her shifts got cut, her workload increased, and suddenly she was the difficult employee. That's how office politics works. If you don't play along, you get left behind or pushed out. And it's not just about the big things. Even the small, subtle ways favoritism works can have long-lasting effects on your career. The hidden dangers of kindness in the workplace. Okay, so here's a real kicker. Your kindness can be used against you. It sounds wild, right? But it happens all the time. In a lot of workplaces, particularly in Australia, managers and higher-ups will ask you to do things that aren't even in your job description. They'll ask for favours, extra tasks, or help with projects that clearly benefit them, not you. They're always quick to say things like, "Hey, you're so good at this, can you help out with XYZ?" And if you're a nice person, if you want to be helpful, you'll say yes, right? But here's the catch. They're not just asking because they like you. They're asking because they know you're likely to say yes, and doing that favours their goals, not yours. The thing is, when you're constantly helping out others and taking on extra work outside your role, you're putting your own career and progression at risk. Why? Because you're not focusing on your own tasks, your core responsibilities, or your own career goals. Instead, you're helping your manager or co-workers meet theirs. Think about it. Every time you say yes to taking on more work, it's not just about doing them a favour. It's also about sacrificing your time and energy that could have been better spent improving your own position or focusing on your job. Let's use Emma as an example. Emma worked in customer service at a tech company. She was always there for her boss, staying late, helping with additional paperwork, even covering shifts for co-workers. She was the go-to person whenever something went wrong. But guess who got the promotion? The colleague who was best friends with the manager. Emma's extra efforts were never recognised, and over time she found herself stuck in the same position while her colleagues climbed the ladder. Here's the bottom line. If you want to help, do it on your terms. Don't just say yes because you want to be liked or because someone asked you. Only help when it benefits you. Help others when you can, but make sure it doesn't come at the cost of your own growth or responsibilities. If you're always giving and never receiving, you're setting yourself up for burnout and missed opportunities. And here's a big one. If you do decide to help someone, make sure you expect help in return. Don't do it because you're hoping they'll notice or because you feel obligated. Do it because it's going to help you in the long run. If you're putting in extra work to help someone else, it should come with a fair trade. Types of workplace politics you'll face in Australia now. Let's break it down. There are different kinds of workplace politics, and if you can identify them early, you'll have a better chance of surviving. The invisible promotion game. Ever noticed how some people get all the best projects, or seem to be the only ones consulted for decisions? That's because their manager is setting them up for a promotion, while keeping you in the dark. Solution: if you see this happening, start networking. Make sure higher-ups know who you are and what you contribute. Don't wait for things to come to you. Build relationships with the decision-makers and let them see your potential. The fake friend trap. Some co-workers will act like your friend, but they're just gathering information about you. They're trying to figure out what makes you tick, what weaknesses they can exploit, and what you're working on that they might be able to take credit for later. Then, they'll use it against you at the perfect moment. Solution: keep personal details to yourself. The office isn't a safe space. It's a battlefield. The less others know about your personal life and opinions, the better. The blame game. When things go wrong, someone's got to take the fall. And if you're not careful, it could be you. Some people thrive on shifting blame onto others to save themselves. Solution: keep records of your work. Email confirmations, meeting notes, and documents will save you if someone tries to throw you under the bus. Document everything, especially if it's something critical. A paper trail can prevent your reputation from being damaged. Silent sabotage. You send an email with your brilliant idea, but it somehow disappears. Or you're left out of important meetings, even though your input could have made a huge difference. Or worse, someone else repeats your idea and takes credit for it. Sound familiar? Solution: always follow up on emails, ask to be included in key discussions, and document your contributions. Make sure people know you're the one who came up with the idea. If someone tries to take credit, be proactive in sharing your input and reinforcing that it was your idea. Who suffers the most in Aussie workplace politics? Not all employees get caught up in office drama the same way. Some groups have it worse than others. Let's explore who really suffers from workplace politics in Australia. International Workers and Migrants, a 2023 study by the Australian Human Rights Commission, found that 1 in 3 migrants experience workplace discrimination. Many skilled migrants end up stuck in low-level roles because they don't have the local experience or connections to climb the ladder. Employers may prefer locals even if they're less qualified. Raj's story is a perfect example of this. He had the skills but lacked the right connections. Women and minorities. The Workplace Gender Equality Agency reports that women in Australia earn 13.3% less than men for the same work. Women and people from diverse backgrounds often have to work twice as hard just to be taken seriously. This double standard becomes more apparent when you look at who gets promoted and who gets left behind. Casual and part-time workers. If you're working casual shifts, you're automatically at a disadvantage. You have zero job security and your hours can be cut any time, especially if you don't play along with workplace politics. Casual workers often get overlooked for promotions or raises because they don't have the same stability or loyalty as full-time workers. They're easy to replace, so employers don't have the same incentive to keep them happy or engaged. How to beat workplace politics without losing your soul. Now that we know the game, let's talk strategy. Here's how you can navigate workplace politics without becoming part of the problem. Build relationships, not alliances. You don't need to suck up to anyone, but you do need allies. Find people who respect your work and support you. Your real allies are the ones who will back you up when things get tough. Stay neutral in conflicts office drama? Stay out of it. Picking sides rarely ends well. Instead, focus on your work and let others deal with their own mess. Don't get caught in the web of gossip or bad-mouthing others. It only makes you a target. Make your work visible. Don't assume your boss notices your hard work. Speak up in meetings, share your achievements, and make sure decision-makers see your value. Don't wait for them to recognize your effort, you have to make it clear to them. Don't let others steal your thunder, learn to read the room. If something feels off, trust your instincts. If people suddenly treat you differently, figure out what's changed before it's too late. Office politics is all about power shifts and you need to stay one step ahead. Keep a paper trail. If things start getting messy, document everything. Emails, messages, meeting notes. These can save your job if someone tries to throw you under the bus. The key moment. When politics crosses the line. Let's talk about when workplace politics turns into something worse. Bullying. harassment, or straight-up exploitation. Meet Daniel. He worked in hospitality while studying. His manager made it clear that if he wanted better shifts, he had to get along with the right people. Daniel didn't play the game. Suddenly, his hours were cut and new staff got priority over him. This isn't just office politics, it's workplace bullying. If you ever find yourself in a toxic situation, here's what you do. Know your rights. Check Fair Work Australia's website. Gather evidence. Keep records of unfair treatment. Seek help. If HR won't help, look for external support, like the Fair Work Ombudsman. The harsh truth about Aussie work culture. At the end of the day, Australia's work culture isn't as fair as people claim. Your skills and hard work matter, but who you know and how you navigate politics matter just as much. But here's the good news. If you understand the game, you can beat it. Work smart, stay sharp, and don't let workplace politics stop you from getting ahead. Want to know how to find a good job in Australia where you don't have to deal with this BS? Use this 5 free reasons why you don't have to deal with this BS. Watch the next video on your screen right now.